If you're here, you've heard all about the Titan sub incident and may be looking for some additional information. Well, give me a few minutes and I'll give you the official word from the U.S. Coast Guard, some possibilities for the implosion, as well as some breaking information from a couple of insiders. Not so good evening, good people. It's your mail carrier QT Dub with another installment of the Independent Mail. Earlier today, many of us were suspensefully awaiting to see if they found any survivors for the missing Titanic sub. Earlier this afternoon, we found out that our hopes would not be coming to fruition as the U.S. Coast Guard made an official statement stating that the submarine wreckage had been found by diving robots and that the submarine had in fact imploded. Here's the official statement from the U.S. Coast Guard.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families.
Okay guys, I'm gonna share this with you. It's an article from National World that came out last night. And granted, everything went down today. This article came out last night. Dr. David Gallo, a senior advisor with RMS Titanic Inc., said that the timeline suggests something happened mid-water. Dr. Gallo, who describes the Titan's pilot, Paul-Henri Nargeolet, hope I'm saying that right, as his best friend. So this Dr. Gallo is saying that the pilot of the submarine is his best friend. He goes on to say, if they weren't there, in brackets, at the wreck, that means something happened mid-water that caused them to lose power or radio communications. The worst case scenario is probably a collapse, a catastrophic implosion of the sub itself, which would be horrific. There's no coming back from that. This is Dr. Gallo, Dr. David Gallo, last night on his best friend, the pilot of the Titan. One of those instances where you want to be wrong, and I hate he wasn't. I know he hate he wasn't. EERIE stuff. I'll put the link in here. This is crazy. Just last night, this guy knew it. Dr. Gallo knew it. Dr. Gallo knew it. All right, more EERIE stuff that I'm going to share on the screen and also provide the links for. This was some of the new details that I did find EERIE almost beyond belief. Like, this was almost some Final Destination type stuff. This one comes from the Daily Beast, and this article's from today. Here we go. It says, when OceanGate Inc., that's the company, that's the parent company that offers these expedition tours that ran the Titan submersible. He was offered a ride on the predecessor to that ship. He politely begged off the expedition. He goes on to say they were using off-the-shelf hardware from Radio Shack to operate inside. And quite frankly, we're talking about an environment that requires robust equipment that has certifications, qualifications that are established by different agencies for man-rated submersibles, said Mester, a deep salvage master and former Marine based in Washington State. None of the equipment I saw in the submersible was up to level, so I chose not to go. A former Marine diver was on one of these vessels and deemed that it was not up to snuff. All right, this next EERIE article that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to put it on the screen, also put the links in. Like I said, this one was forwarded to me by the Murph man that's also following the developments on this story. But this was crazy. Not the same Marine that the Daily Beast interviewed. This is the New York Post, and they interviewed a German explorer, expeditioner person that partook in this submersible, the Titan submersible. The Marine went on, he saw a different one, the predecessor to the Titan. This guy was on the actual Titan in 2021. I'm gonna skip around, but like I said, you can read it at your own leisure. But this is the title of the article, and then I'm gonna skip around into it so you can get some of the details in it. I went on on the Titanic submarine. It was a suicide mission. All right, it's a suicide mission. All right, a German adventurer who explored the Titanic wreckage on the same submersible that disappeared labeled the voyage a suicide mission. I was incredibly lucky back then, Arthur Leibel, 60 of Germany, told Outlet of his hair-raising aquatic adventure. He said he undertook the perilous voyage back in 2021, like I said, diving down under 12,000 feet. Paid roughly around $110,000 for this trip. The expert was the French Titanic expert, again, Paul-Henri Nargelet, I hope I'm saying that correctly, of OceanGate. And by the way, I tried to go on OceanGate website today. It doesn't work. You can't even get on it. And I'm bringing that up for a reason. But again, the German guy goes on to say it was a suicide mission back then. He said the first submarine did not work. Then the dive at 1,600 meters had to be abandoned. Leibel, and I'm probably saying his name wrong too, because these are international people. I'm sorry, I'm a crazy American. Explained that he ended up launching 5 hours late due to electrical issues, which he suspects to blame for the Titan's crew's current predicament. And he's saying predicament. Obviously, this article, if I go back and look, may have been like yesterday, a post, or even previous to yesterday, because it's no longer predicament. But this is crazy. This is crazy, EERIE stuff. And this is going to bring me to the question of the video. And that is, should things like deep sea expeditions and space exploration be conducted by the private sector, or should they be done by government agencies or NGOs that are backed by government agencies? Not to say that institutions like NASA or even the military don't have incidents of their own. You know, the cost of exploration, advancement of knowledge, is that what this looks like? And if so, you know, do you have to salute those that are brave enough to explore and answer those questions that, you know, we're all happy that we get answers to. But, you know, what do you guys think is the best way to go about doing this? Till next time, guys, peace, stay informed.